Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Mr. Infotainment doing a live reaction show for my favorite team, the Washington Redskins versus the Baltimore Ravens. Getting kind of a late start here, but as you can see, Joe Flacco just completed about a 60-yard pass to Steve Smith Sr. for a touchdown. The Redskins let their pass coverage kind of break apart there, so not a good start for the Redskins. Down 7-0. So, if you, as you may have known, Robert Griffin III is not going to be uh, playing tonight. He had I guess sustained a concussion last week during the preseason game against the Lions. Um, was it the Lions last week? I guess it was, and um, so that was not and he was going to start. As of yesterday, he was still playing. If you paid attention to the news, you knew that he was going to be playing as of still yesterday, and now he's out for today. And so that's not. So we're going to see Kirk Cousins tonight. Kirk Cousins, who was drafted in the same draft as Robert, uh, in later rounds. They were both served. They're both rookie quarterbacks in 2012. Kirk played a big role in the 2012 playoff run at the end of the season when Robert was hurt. And Robert's really been hurt every season that he's been a quarterback. A lot of people are calling this the beginning of the end of Robert Griffin III in Washington, D.C., and it very well could be. And so, very interested to see what's going to happen in this offensive series. If you're watching this game, you're probably on a different time than I am. If you're watching it digitally, and you can kind of sync it up with what you see ahead of you, or you can just watch it with me here on YouTube. I have it up, which it probably will be taken down at some point, but I'm just kind of practicing tonight. Uh, this is something I may do during the season, just because I think that I'm pretty good at reacting to things and calling things on the field, and would like to start working on my broadcasting skills, and I think that I can do well here. So let's watch. Here we go. He kicks it off in the end zone. He's going to return it from about 8 yards deep and brings it out to about the 19-yard line on the right hash, and that's where the Redskins will start their first drive of this game. Now, the Baltimore has always been known for its defense, and that would probably be no different than tonight, led by Terrell Suggs. So this is going to be going. They're going to be going pretty hard this first half, and it'd be interesting to see exactly what's going to happen here. So here we go. Got two wide receivers to the right. I'm just going to run it right up the middle with Alfred Morris. Looks like he pushes the line to about the 20-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 8. The Redskins just recently just signed Trent Williams to a 5-year deal. So he will be a Redskin probably for life. Trent Williams. There we go. We got an I formation. Kirk Cousins goes back to throw. He's got a receiver who caught the ball for about a 6-yard gain. It'd be 2nd down and 4. 2nd down and 3 or so. Robert Griffin III, who knows what his future in Washington will be. I was hoping big things for Robert this year, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Kirk Cousins back to throw, throws it, but it looks like it's incomplete. That was a very difficult throw to make as he was doing a curling route to the left outside hash, and he could not hit. Receiver here, or did he come up with it? I may be wrong. Looked like it was incomplete. Kirk Cousins taking a hit on the pass. Actually was complete. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That was a heck of a catch. A heck of a catch. I thought that was incomplete for sure. All right, another run. Left side, Albert Morris gets back to the line of scrimmage and no farther. It's a really good catch there. I was at first. So the Redskins are now 1 for 1 on third down. Quite a start by the Baltimore Ravens to get a 60-yard touchdown pass to Steve Smith to start the game. Redskins really letting their secondary break down. We got an injured Raven on the field, and we will probably take a commercial break. What do you think? Yep. So 2 runs for Alfred Morris, all of 2 yards. 2 completed passes for Kirk Cousins so far. And where it's going to be about 2nd down and 10 when we come back from this commercial break. Redskins probably are going to have a tough season this year with what's going on at quarterback. All right, and we're back. Oh, shit. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 10. Is that what it says? Quick throw outside. Looks to be incomplete to Pierre Garçon. What happened there? Incomplete? Was it an interception? Oh my, it sure was. An interception by Terrell Suggs. Oh my, what a play by Terrell Suggs to leap up and get that ball. And now Baltimore is in prime position to go up by 2 scores. Starting at the 13-yard line. Turn around, run down, turn around, come back. 12-yard gain. Already on the 18-yard line of the Redskins. Just quick as that, the Redskins are going to be down 2 scores. Steve Smith Sr. still looking like it's 2005 Steve Smith out there. That's the ageless wonder right there. Here we go. Second down and 7 from the 15-yard line. Flacco back to pass. Looks like he's got a man open down the middle. He's going to go for it. To the corner of the end zone, incomplete. From the 15-yard line. Flacco back to pass. Looks like he's got a man open down the middle. For it. Going to be a pass interference call. Second down, and I can't really see. So if the Redskins can hold them here after making that turnover, it would be a big stop for the Redskins to hold them to a field goal. What's going on here? Player running onto the field. A player hurt. Okay. So they were setting up a screen pass here, and homeboy got lit up. Ryan Jensen. All right, a big third down here. The hold for the Redskins to hold the Baltimore Orioles to just a field goal after turning the ball over by Robert Griffin III interception. And Baltimore just playing it safe, saying we got the interception. No need to push it. Let's just get third down and 12. Not a whole lot of plays that we are going to run in the third preseason game to get this first down. So let's just kick this field goal and see what our kicker can do. Let's go up by 2 scores. Justin Tucker, the kicker here, well within his range. And it is up and good, I was supposed. Yep, 10-0. 10-0 Baltimore Reds over the Redskins. The Redskins led a big touchdown pass to Steve Smith to start at for the Ravens' first possession of the game. Their pass coverage just totally broke down, and if Steve Smith just ran it in, it probably had 40 yards after the catch for a 60-yard touchdown. And then here on second down, and after the Redskins had completed a third down, a very good catch. The Kirk Cousins throws his Throws an interception to Terrell Suggs, makes a very athletic move, catches it in midair, and Baltimore takes advantage of the field position and gets the field goal. There was a pass interference play on that, and I looked away from the screen for a second. It appears to be an offensive pass interference play, given the field position and what happened. Since Baltimore didn't get the first down and it made it second and third down. So the Redskins, we'll have to see what they do on offense here. It's not really about winning this game as it is just having a good performance. So obviously a good performance for offense is going down and scoring points, at least making some first downs and making always if you can't score touchdowns, if you can't score field goals, then you always want to play the field position game and getting 3 or 4 first downs is even if you don't get a touchdown or if something happens with the field goal, you can. It's always about good about playing a field position game. So let's see what the offense can do here, led by Kirk Cousins. Oh yeah, if you're watching this, then you and you like Papa John's pizza. Every Wednesday is well, I'm sure in your area, every area's probably got their own special. But here in our area, you can enter Rigo 44% off your pizza on Wednesdays in the Washington D.C., Virginia, Maryland area. So here we go. He's returning from the end zone again, and he's going to return this one actually out to the 29-yard line. So a pretty good return there, considering he returned it from about 5 yards back in the end zone. But of course, a hold by a hold. So that will pretty much negate that decent return. And the Redskins will probably be starting from their own 15-yard line or so. I wish I had a Papa John's pizza right now. Yep. I might get one tomorrow. They got a special right now, 50% off. I don't know. I could probably order one tomorrow for sure. Oh, even worse. The Redskins, that must have been some holding call. They went from the 29 to their own 9. So a 20-yard penalty here. They're going to start with the single formation. Looks like they're going to fumble the snap. Looks like something happened there. Gosh. If you are a Redskin fan, then you know this is Redskin football. As it appears they fumbled the snap there. My feed's a little slow. My satellite is being blocked by trees. I might be able to watch this on satellite a little better without this glitching on me. It's kind of, as you can tell, it's kind of glitching on me. I don't know if it's like that for the actual live stream, but for me, it's kind of spotty and glitchy. But it appears they did fumble that. Here we go. We got to throw. Kirk Cousins, a nice comeback route by Reed. It looks like we got a first down. Let's see the replay here. Yep, my satellite's still out. Got some trees I got to cut down. All right, so a good play by Jordan Reed there on a comeback play on the right hash to come back and catch that for the first down after a. Here we go. We got a single formation play action pass down the middle, and it looks to be incomplete. Kirk Cousins seems to be upset with himself. Probably a drop pass here. It's tough for me to tell, honestly, because it is very spotty and glitchy. But it looks like that was a good pass by Kirk Cousins. Good play action that was dropped by the receiver. So here we go, 2nd down and 10. Redskins in a pro formation. Another play action pass. This one again down the middle. This time the receiver coming from the left side instead of the right side. This one appears to the same receiver. Got to learn these guys' names. Start of the season here. I don't exactly know every single receiver name. We have some new ones in. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Much better job there. Good protection. Looks like Kirk had really good protection there on that play action. And nice throw down the middle to his receiver. Here we go. Another pro formation here. 2 tight ends. It looks like we're going to have a false start. Maybe. I don't have the sound on, so I don't know exactly what just happened. But I know they're going to go to commercial. I guess Baltimore took a timeout. So we're going to go to commercial. So the Redskins, all right. So we've got 2 first downs in this drive. 2 first downs in this drive so far. We started on the 9-yard line. We're already, it looks like we're at midfield, moving up the field. Start at the 9-yard line. You got the first down pass to Jordan Reed on the comeback on the right side. You got the play action pass, number 14, after he had just dropped one. So Kirk's looking good. Kirk's looking really good, I think, off these play actions. The other play action pass was dropped, but the receiver redeemed himself by catching the next one. So we'll have to see what this running game was going to do with Alfred Morris. We definitely like to see him break off at least 1 or 2 for 5, 10, 15, 20 yards. See what kind of running game we can go get and what kind of push this offensive line gets. Kirk hasn't been sacked yet. He fumbled that snap a minute ago. So offensive line of the Redskins is, besides Trent Williams, and of course their new right tackle from their first round draft pick. There's the receiver that. Oh, yes, we have a challenge here. I thought it was a timeout. It's a challenge. Whether or not he caught the pass. It looked like to me as he caught the pass, didn't have a really good camera. You are not going to get really good cameras in these preseason games. Not like the camera angles you will get during the regular season. These are not the major network crews working these games. So it looks like the play was reversed. Gonna redo it. All right. That time Albert Morris, got a push up the middle. Got a nice 5-6 yard run there. It'll be 2nd down and 5 or 4. Yo, is everybody? I appreciate people that are tuning in. I'm a Redskins fan from Southwest Virginia, and I just enjoy talking during Redskin games, have good reactions. And there's a looks to be another drop pass by 14. Looks like he ran a good route, but looked like the ball went right through his hands. Let's see what happened here. He sure did. It went right through his hands. So he's got some butterfingers tonight. Considering he dropped the other pass that got called back, that means he's dropped 3 passes in a row that's been to him. Grant. Here we go, a 3rd down and 5. Kirk is alone in the backfield. You got quick pass out to the right side. It looks to be complete. Get some yards after the catch. And who is that? This might be illegal hands by Baltimore. That'll be either added on or declined by the Redskins. A nice first down there on a 3rd down. The Redskins are doing all right on 3rd down here on this. So far in this game, the other possession they had a nice 3rd down conversion. I think they are now 2 for 2 on 3rd down, if not 3 for 3 on 3rd down. So a nice start here on a 3rd down percentage here for the Redskins to start the game. There's the running game. Looks like it'll be a loss of 1 or 2 there. Alfred Morris is just not getting any push. He's not getting any push from this offensive line, and Baltimore is just blowing it up right now. He's probably got 5 carries for maybe 5 yards. Kirk and shotgun. Yep, it looked like a false start there by Trent Williams there on the left side. Looks like he kind of stutter step there. Trent's known for that. That's not new for Trent. So it'll be a 2nd down and 17 after a 2-yard loss by Alfred Morris on the previous play. Another shotgun by Kirk Cousins. Looks like they're setting up the screen to Alfred Morris, who will get. That's not Alfred Morris. That is the backup running back, who looks to get about 5 yards on the play. Comes across, sets up for the screen. Looks for blocking downfield, which doesn't get too much of, and is able to get 5 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 12. We're going to get a timeout, probably by the Redskins. We'll see who took the timeout. Timeout Baltimore. So we'll take a timeout Baltimore. So 3rd down and 12, like I just mentioned a minute ago, the Redskins are doing pretty well on 3rd down. I need to check this stuff. I think they're 3 for 3 on 3rd down as of right now. And this is a 3rd down and 12 from midfield. They're about the 45-yard line of Baltimore. They started this drive on the 9-yard line. So as I was saying before this drive even started, I said that even if the Redskins don't get a touchdown or a field goal, that it was important for them to get some first downs and play the field position game. So this third down and 9, if they don't get it, they can try for a long field goal or try to pin Baltimore back to play the field position game. On the 9-yard line. So, as I was saying before this drive even started, I said that even if the Redskins don't get a touchdown or a field goal, it was important for them to get some first thing possible and play the field position game. So this they're down. Oh, well, nobody wants the game here. And it looks like it was an incomplete pass intended for Jordan Reed. Maybe not been incomplete, but not long enough. Sorry, I missed that play. Let's see here. He's looking to his left. Jordan Reed. Does catch the ball, but it doesn't look like it's long enough. A heck of a catch by Jordan Reed, for sure. It's going to be a 4th down, and Wolves are going to go for it. It's preseason. Why not? And the goal line, bunch formation. See if they try to send Alfred Morris over the top. They do a fake. He's going to try to go outside, push the out. But Baltimore does it easily. The Redskins, that was a long 1 yard, and Redskins tried pushing it up the middle and then going to the outside, and Baltimore was having none of it. They had all corners blocked off, and the middle take was they pushed back in the middle, and Redskins had nowhere to go. That was not a very good 4th down and 1 play call. I don't think I would have tried sending Alfred Morris over the top, just like I would act like that 40-yard line. 40 needed to get to about the 40-yard line there, and I would have sent Alfred Morris over the top, just like a Redskin or a touchdown play. Excuse me. But instead, they tried the middle and break into the outside, and Baltimore was having none of it. Not a very good 4th down and 1 play call. I would try to send out more so just like I would make like that 40-yard line, 40 maybe about the 40-yard line there, and I would have sent out more so over the top. Redskin or touchdown play, excuse me. Instead, they tried the middle and break to the outside, and Baltimore was having none of it. Touching this, say hello. Why not? Let me see here. I'll get this thing so. Just watching the game here. Let's see here. If you're watching this, say hello. Why not? So we're on commercial break here. I could probably sit here and watch the YouTube live stream with you and just react as you guys see it in the YouTube stream. Would that be pretty good? No, that wouldn't work, would it? Or I guess it would. Anyway. Probably sit here and watch the YouTube live stream with you. And so the Redskins down 10-0. I'm gonna probably do this just for the first half. Redskins just got stopped on fourth down and 1. Baltimore's defense looking really good tonight. Made a fourth down stop here. They've interception by Terrell Suggs, a very athletic play. And their offense, 10 points. They were able to convert a field goal off the interception, and their very first drive complete about a 60-yard pass to Steve Smith Sr. from Joe touchdown pass. On here we see a play action. Does he actually complete this pass? Got stopped on fourth down and 1. Baltimore's defense looking really good tonight. Made a down stop here. No, that was an incomplete pass. Second down and 10 for Baltimore. Offense, 10 points. They were able to convert a field goal off the interception and their very first drive. About a 60-yard pass to Steve Smith Sr. for touchdown pass. On here we see a play action. Does he actually complete this pass? Redskins defense hold him there. So it'll be a long third down here for Baltimore. Or was that third down? My computer is just not fast enough to have all these things up. I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit more. See if that helps. That seems to help a little bit there. So here we go. Third down and 10. Joe Flacco drops back, throws in the middle of the field, was waiting, and this all nice first down for the Baltimore Ravens. Senior is just tearing it up against the Redskins tonight, being where he needs to be, playing like a 25-year-old man and not a 35-year-old man. And he was a great acquisition for the Ravens. When I think of Steve Smith, I think of the Carolina Panthers because he was such a big star there. But he's definitely had his star shine in Baltimore as well. Man in motion, run up the middle. And Redskins are not looking the same as Baltimore's defense, who look very stout. And even though the Redskins were able to convert a few first downs there against Baltimore in the last possession, they were not able to. They went for it on fourth down instead of making this a game of field position, and were not able to convert the first down and 1. And now Baltimore, with the momentum, is going down the field. They're at about almost the 40-yard line, second down and 6. Looks like we're going to get a kind of a draw play here. Kind of broke apart, and the Redskins played that one pretty well as they forced him to the left side when the play was meant to go right, and a loss of about 3 on that play to make it a longer third down and 8 or so. This play just totally broke down for Baltimore. It looked like it was going to be a pass play, I thought, and then it was a draw play. Yeah, they went all the way back to third down and 10. So, yeah, they lost 4 yards on that play. Drop back. Redskins closing in on Flacco, but at the last minute he makes a great throw. And I imagine that is probably going to be Steve Smith Sr. again who made that catch. We'll have to get up and see who it was. It looks like we got some rumble tumble. So, yes, it's going to be probably D'Angelo Hall. This is very glitchy for me to watch. Oh, man, this is a big fight here. Let's see if I can get some audio. See if I can get some audio for you. Let's see here.
Gotta have him come open today. Come on now.
And the officials are telling Steve Smith Sr. get away from the Redskins bench. John Harbaugh running out on the field to pull his players back.
That looked like a pile drive tackle that they used.
And now Harbaugh getting into a shouting match with Jake Gruden.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So the handshake after this game.
Jake Gruden said something to Harbaugh after he had run across the field to pull his players back. And John Harbaugh fired right back at Jake Gruden.
Some things are happening here.
The officials complaining that Harbaugh
Jay
had come
Gruden
across
got
the
in
field.
John Harbaugh's face. So
Yeah,
here we go.
coming across for a good reason.
But by rule, John Harbaugh is not allowed to run across the field.
No,
correct?
John Harbaugh, I don't care where you're at.
But it's preseason.
Yeah, it's
Keenan
preseason.
Robinson, I think he was the one who kind of started the whole melee. Look at this tackle. Is this a pile drive? This is Robinson. He's got a pile drive. There are multiple fouls in play. Unnecessary roughness. 29 defense, 39 defense, 23 defense, 11 offense, and 89 offense. Number 89 of the offense is disqualified. Number 29 of the defense is disqualified.
Wow. So Terry McCauley not jerking around.
Wow.
As ejected both Steve Smith
Wow,
Sr. and
folks.
Chris Cullen.
That's not a good trade. No, it is not.
Pretty good preseason fight there broke out, and now Steve Smith has been playing just very well in his first quarter.
From Ravens fans, he leads with 4 receptions for 95 yards. And that entire thing was triggered by Keenan Robinson's tackle when he idle drove Kamar Aiken. For our TV viewers in the simulcast, look at the right side of your screen. The initial hit was clean. The follow-up.
I messed that up. I'm sorry. We'll get this back. We'll get this back. Press the wrong button there, but a big fight broke out there. So you can see between the Baltimore Ravens and Washington Redskins, Steve Smith in the middle of it. Surprised D'Angelo Hall was not in it, but hopefully he's learned to mature a little bit and stay out of that.
Nothing there. Throws a little check down pass, completes to the 31-yard line, and that is good for a first down as the Redskins will keep their offense on the field on the Jamison Crowder reception.
I don't know why you left him in 3rd and 2. You would leave a guy, you had him in the flattening.
So back to the game. Redskins forced Baltimore into a punt situation there after on that 4th down, on that 3rd down. I thought they got the 1st down, but I guess it was a punt situation. The Redskins I lost about 3 minutes there between refreshing that page. I'm not sure what happened, but Redskins ball. Here we are on their own 31-yard line, second down and 10. And Baltimore just blows that play up. Not very good by the Redskins. As you can see there, Baltimore has always been known for their defense. Since they won the Super Bowl in 1999 with Ray Lewis, they have been known for this defense. That's what Baltimore is known for. So the Redskins are going to have a tough time tonight. Kirk Cousins steps up, passes. Ball is looks to be incomplete. Yep. So the Redskins started out pretty good on third down. They've not made down conversions. They had a 4th down and 1 last time they had the ball where they were able to keep Baltimore. Oh, excuse me, folks. I'm so sorry. Didn't even realize that Baltimore had scored another field goal with that last possession where Steve Smith just got ejected. I had refreshed the page and lost about 3 minutes of the game, and Baltimore got a field goal off that drive. I thought they got a first down, so now Redskins down 13-0 with about 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. Unable to get any first down after their possession back from the field goal from Baltimore, and they are not looking good. Baltimore, on the other hand, is looking pretty good. If this was a regular season game, obviously Baltimore would be looking like a pretty good team right now. Joe Flacco is a former Super Bowl MVP. Or did he win the MVP? I'm not sure. Of course, he is a Super Bowl champion as a quarterback. So it's been mostly just staring at the Ravens offense in this game. If you're a Redskin football fan, as your team has put up no points, they've got pretty much no run game going. Alfred Morris does not look good at all. Kirk Cousins has shown signs of looking good, but receivers have been dropping balls. And the offensive line, besides the snap fumble on Kirk Cousins, offensive line looking all right as far as pass coverage is concerned, because I don't believe Kirk Cousins has been sacked yet, but not getting any kind of push as far as the run game is concerned. Like I said, Alfred Morris probably has about 6 or 7 carries for maybe 6 or 7, 10 yards right now. So it's not looking good for the Redskins as far as offense. The defense is doing what it can do, considering the situation. They were put in a bad spot after the Kirk Cousins interception. They held him to a field goal. Besides the one big play to Steve Smith at the first possession of the Baltimore, where they let a big play for the touchdown, their Washington Redskins defense hasn't looked that bad. They need to put a little bit more pressure on the quarterback and stop the runs, continue to stop the runs at the line of scrimmage, which they are doing, as you can see right there. A run, which is stopped at the line of scrimmage, which will make it 2nd down and 10. So neither team's run game is really getting started. Haven't seen any really big runs or any big pushes by the O-line. Joe Flacco has looked better than Kirk Cousins, which is not surprising. And Baltimore overall has looked better than the Redskins, but we'll have to see what happens here with still 11 minutes left in the second quarter. That's a quick pass. Looked to be dropped by the receiver, maybe broken up. As I said, my feed's a little glitchy here. I shouldn't even be broadcasting this game, as of course I don't have a license to broadcast this, so I'm may get in trouble with YouTube. All I'm doing is just going online and streaming it and sharing the screen on my Google Stream here as I react live to the game. But Joe Flacco drops back and throws. He may have completed that pass. If he did, it was a heck of a catch and a heck of a throw along the sidelines there. Let's take a look at this. What happened here? Are we going to actually get able to see it? He caught that on his knees. What a catch and throw. Wow. That is pretty amazing, folks. That is a pro quarterback making a pro throw. Joe Flacco may get some pressure on him. He was about to get sacked. He flipped it out to the receiver. He got about a 2-yard gain, avoids the sack, is able to avoid the pressure. Joe Flacco looking really good right now. Look like he is ready for the season to start. Is able to avoid, he was able to avoid the sack and throws the ball with his left hand to avoid the sack. What an athletic play by Joe Flacco.
You got to beat press coverage.
Here's a run by Baltimore on the left side. Again, neither team was really being able to get any kind of push in the run game. It's about a 2-yard gain. It'll set up a 3rd down and 8. Baltimore's in Redskins territory, but not quite in field goal range. So if the Redskins can hold them here, that will prevent the field goal and prevent this from being a 2-touchdown game, which it already is a 2-touchdown game, but keep it at a 2-touchdown game. Quick pass from Flacco. It's completed against D'Angelo Hall. I know that makes D'Angelo Hall crazy. He's playing tight coverage there. Joe Flacco making the perfect pass. Right on the money. As he turns around, it's right on him. There's a good athletic move by the receiver to flip his body around 360 and lean forward to put that ball right on the 1st down line and move the sticks. That's a really good play by the Baltimore receiver there. Here we go. Baltimore's got lots of receivers. Looks like they got a bunch formation on the left side. And that sets up the run straight up the middle. That's probably one of the better runs we've seen from Baltimore there on the 1st down. That's about an 8-yard run, setting up a nice 2nd down and 2 from about the Redskins' 20-yard line. So Baltimore is starting to really drive here. They're in the red zone. Quick play here. They quickly line up and run, try to get the Redskins off guard, and the Redskins are ready for it. And there's no gain at all. There sets up a 3rd down and 2. Looks like we got a hurt Redskin player on the field. May have to go to commercial here. Almost 8 minutes left here in the 2nd quarter. Baltimore is driving out at 3rd down when we come back from this commercial. So Baltimore with that first touchdown to begin the game. They've been able to take advantage of the Redskins' mistakes, getting a field goal off Kirk Cousins' interception, making another field goal off the Redskins, not being able to convert a 4th down and 1. They had the fight break out with Steve Smith and some other Redskins players, including John Harbaugh, running across the field, and Jay Gruden saying something to him, probably saying, "Hey, what the fuck you doing? Excuse my language. What are you doing running across this field, man?" So, Redskins defense, Ryan Kerrigan's not playing tonight, but still looks like they're not holding up well against this Ravens offense, who is using a lot of receivers, spreading them out, using a lot of the field when they're throwing the ball, and then being able to do some quick runs up the middle. But the Redskins have done pretty well against the run. Both teams are not running well tonight. We just saw an 8-yard run a minute ago by Baltimore. That's probably one of the longest runs we see of the night, is 8 yards. But they tried doing something quick, got second down and 2, didn't get anything, which brought up this third down as we see the injury on that second down play, which was quickly shut down by the Redskins defense for no gain, sending up this third down and 2 at about the 20-yard line of the Redskins. Joe Flacco, the pro quarterback, I'm sure he's not anxious at the 25-yard line, Need to get to the 23. And here we go. We're going to do a play action. Not a play action. Going to try to just run it up the middle here. Fake play action. Looks like the Redskins did not give up the first down. Very close. John Harbaugh is looking, probably saying, "What's the measurement? How close are we?" It's going to be within inches here. It's going to be a very, very short fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Up already 13-0. They're going to see what exactly their first string offense can do in a pressure situation. Here comes a flag on the field. Let's see what happened. If you're a Redskins fan, you know this is probably against us. We'll see what happens here. Flag after the play has already occurred. 3rd down and 1 is where it stands. 4th down and 1 is where it stands right now. And here comes the flag. It looks like we have something against Baltimore. Delay of game? A delay of game call? That's what it looked like to be. Delay of game. I have to sit here and see. The Redskins did very well. Oh. Looks like they got a bad spot. That's probably what John Harbaugh was saying. That's what he was saying. They did get a bad spot because it appears that running back did get past that first down. But with the delay of game, that will negate their chances at challenging the spot. They go for the field goal, makes the field goal longer. That was about a 47-yard field goal, and it looks like he pushed it to the left. It's tough for me to see, but Redskins, because of Baltimore's kind of breakdown there on second and third down, they had a 2nd down and 2. Looks like they were about to drive. Looks like they were doing a pretty good drive there, as you just saw. Got to the Redskins' 25-yard line, able to convert some third downs. After beginning that, they began that drive on about their own 30. They were able to get down to the Redskins' 25 at a 2nd down and 2. The Redskins tried doing a quick play against the Redskins. Redskins was able to stop them, go on 3rd down, and there was a controversial spot, but the Redskins blew up the middle and stopped the running back for it to make it 3rd down and 1. On 4th down and 1, John Harbaugh was out there arguing about the spot, and it looks like which delayed them getting the play call in, made it 4th down and 1. Made the field goal longer, and they missed the field goal. So the Redskins have probably be about 7 minutes left in this second quarter. They might get 2 more possessions in this quarter if they can score here, stop them, and then they get the ball back with 2 minutes left, do a 2-minute drill. Both teams, you always want to have the ability to practice your 2-minute drill at the end of the first half. So both teams will be fighting for the ball for the end of the half, because Kirk Cousins will probably have to play the first half tonight, and Colt McCoy will probably come in and play the second half. As far as RG3's future in Washington, that is going to be really the talk for the next week. He was scheduled to play tonight, but things did not work out, and Kirk Cousins is the starter, and they also say that Kirk Cousins is likely to start the Miami Dolphins regular season game. And we got a play action pass. Kirk Cousins going deep, and he's able to get it intercepted. No, it was not intercepted. It was broken up. It was close to being intercepted. But on the play, we have a holding penalty by I'm not sure who that was exactly. But there was a tackle. I think it was the left tackle. He was trying to prevent Kirk Cousins from getting his head rocked a little bit. So we have to protect that side a little bit more. Here's another pass by Kirk Cousins. It's quick out. Those are good plays for gaining some yards. I was still on first down. First down and 20. That was a gain of about 8, and I make it second down and 12. As the clock continues to wind down, under 7 minutes now. Plenty of time to do what you need to do. There should be no rush. But now it's second down and 13. They're going to be in shotgun position. Calling to the line, changing things up. Baltimore's bringing the blitz. Another quick pass. Baltimore bringing the blitz, and the Redskins broke down the blitz. Got the quick pass off, and he was able to get past into the secondary to get the first down. Got a legal use of hands against Baltimore, which will be declined since the Redskins got the first down. And that was a really good play by Kirk Cousins to get that ball off. A lot of pressure right in his face. Baltimore is bringing it. Baltimore is known for the blitz. He knew where he had to get that ball and got it out quick, put it on the money, put his receiver in a position to make a play after the catch. And there's a first down. We're at the midfield yard line. I know that Kirk Cousins really probably wants a touchdown before he goes in the halftime, because he will probably not play in the second half. He wants to get this touchdown to prove to the coaches that he can do it. And they have gotten a couple breaks here. They got one break by Baltimore committing the penalty on the fourth down last possession and missing the field goal. So they had to take advantage of this possession here, run up the middle. Again, they're not getting any kind of push whatsoever. It's just a 2-yard run. Alfred Morris is not getting any kind of yardage tonight so far. Going for the long count and shotgun. Baltimore is really mixing up their coverages, giving Kirk a tough time. Doing a lot of these kind of short throws, these short comeback throws that will tear up zones and will challenge man coverage. As soon as Kirk gets the ball in his hands, he is getting rid of it. He's not wasting any time whatsoever, which is something that Robert Griffin III has a tough time doing. Here, finally, is a run worth mentioning on third down and 1. The Redskins do kind of looks like a counter play to the left. Not so much a counter as it was just a straight-up run play off tackle. Nice 12 to 15-yard run there for the running back. Redskins driving. They look for the pass after the nice run. They probably should have just run the ball again after that. After the run, that was a pretty quick play, quick setup after that run. And instead of just again pushing it on this defensive line, they go for the pass and it's incomplete. I'd like to see them run the ball right there. Um, but here we go. We set up second down and 10. A run after that last run probably would have got 4 or 5 yards and it's made the second down and 5 instead of second down and 10. Now then they got a pass. Again, he's in shotgun. Redskins running a lot of shotgun. As soon as he gets the ball in his hands, he throws it and looks to be incomplete. Baltimore is ready for the quick pass now. They're getting more adjusted to this quick throw. That one actually is complete to Alfred Morris, but he's tackled right away. For a minimal gain, third down and 9. That last play was pretty much worthless. He's again send up shotgun with no running backs in the backfield to help to protect him. We'll see what kind of protection he does get. He does get some pressure on him from the left side. Quickly throws it and completes it. And touchdown for the Redskins. Kirk Cousins definitely needed that. He definitely needed that one to boost his esteem, his confidence level, prove to the coaches that the Redskins were down 13-0 here. And if this was a regular season game, if they had any kind of chance to making this thing, to continue to make this thing actually be a game and be competitive, they had to score on this drive. This was a must-score drive, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown. And Kirk, knowing that he's only going to be playing in the first half here, really wanted to get that touchdown, really wanted to be the one that threw the touchdown. And that shotgun quick pass is looking pretty good. It looked very good on that drive. As soon as he get the ball in his hands, he was getting rid of it for that entire drive down the field. For every shotgun pass he had, as soon as the ball hit his hands, he got rid of it. So he's doing a very good job of reading defense before the play and reacting as soon as he gets the ball to putting it. It's like he's seeing the play occur before it even happens. Based on what the defense is, he's gonna know. He knows exactly what man he needs to go to. So Kirk Cousins, that last drive looked like a pro quarterback. That looked very good. That was probably the best drive we've seen in the preseason, all preseason long. Robert Griffin III has not made any kind of drives like we just saw from the Redskins. That was very excellent by Kirk Cousins. I was kind of questioning these formations. I prefer under the center quarterback. I think there's a lot of things you can do from under center as far as manipulating the defense. When you do shotgun, it's a lot more obvious when you're doing play action. When you're under center doing play action, you can kind of turn your back to the defense as you're handing the ball off, so they're not sure who has the ball. But in shotgun, it seems like it's much more easier to read who has the ball as far as draw play goes and play actions. But I can get used to this shotgun formation if Kirk Cousins continues to make decisions like he just did on that drive. So that was excellent response to Baltimore's mistake. Number one, they missed the field goal on the previous drive. They messed up on fourth down. They had a good field. They had going to go for a short field goal or even go. It looks like they were about to go for a fourth down and 1. They missed the field goal. Redskins respond. Kirk Cousins does an excellent job of throwing the ball, very quick passes. And the Redskins got a decent run as well, which is going to be a huge part of any kind of success that any team has, obviously. play action is one of the most important things, but it has to be set up. And that's based on a quarterback that defenses fear because of his accuracy and his decision making. And the offense also has to establish some type of run game in order for the play action to be successful. And when you have a successful run game, that will also set up draw plays and screen plays, and really have that defense just so confused about where that ball is going. And that's one thing that Baltimore has done well tonight. Joe Flacco has really done a good job of orchestrating the Baltimore offense. Redskins defense has looked pretty decent, except for the long play they gave up in the first quarter. Joe Flacco is already out of the game, so we're seeing the backup quarterback. Here's the backup quarterback, Matt Schaub. Oh, I didn't know he was with Baltimore. Matt Schaub from the University of Virginia, former, I think, ACC Offensive Player of the Year. He might have been, I think, 2003 or 2002 Offensive Player of the Year. Matt Schaub. Could be mistaken there. He had a lot of success at the University of Virginia. I say that only because I live in Virginia and am aware of his success. We'll see if the Redskins get the ball back here, but I'm not going to do too much commenting on second stringers. And I was only planning to do this for the first half. I've seen a few people actually view this. Some people viewing this right now. I plan to do this during the regular season. I will be more prepared. I will have more things to say. This is my first time this season doing this. And so if you don't like corporate run commercial mainstream broadcasting and you just want to have to watch the game, I will not be broadcasting the game during the regular season like I'm doing now. Probably because it probably will get taken down. If I do that, I may try to do it 1 week and see what happens. If it doesn't get taken down, then do it the next week and just keep doing it until it does get taken down, so people can see what I'm talking about as we watch it. But it's kind of, as you can see, it is kind of glitchy, and so that's not exactly what I want. It's not glitching too bad right now. It's pretty watchable right now. I've kind of made it so it's the only thing that's running, but it's not bad right now. Now, Redskins don't really have – Kirk Cousins is technically the second stringer, so I don't think that Colt McCoy will be in this possession. Redskins did a good job there of holding the Baltimore to 3 and out, but a Matt Schaub Baltimore run offense is not the same as a Joe Flacco run Baltimore offense. So it's tough to say exactly what kind of accomplishments you're making as a team when you start mixing up the first, second, and third stringers in play. It's really about individual play, and now the coaches are going to be evaluating each individual people that they need to be looking at as far as who will be first string, who's going to be the starter, who's going to be second string, who's going to be special teams, and who's going to make the roster and who's going to be cut. So we'll watch and see what happens here with counting down to the 2-minute warning for the Redskins. We'll see what they do against the Baltimore defense. I'm sure there's still a lot of starters there on the Baltimore defense playing. Let's see what kind of what Kirk Cousins does. I mean, he just was on the field just a minute ago. The Redskins causing a 3 and out. So Kirk Cousins is still pretty hot after that last drive. It was only 5 minutes ago he was just on the field throwing a touchdown. So he's right back on the field again. This time he does get hit. Might be a pass. Might be a roughing the passer call. Yep, it looked like it would be. He got rid of that ball pretty doggone quick, and so any guy that hit him, yeah, he got rid of that ball. Then 1, 2, and the guy's not. He's not leading with his shoulder. He's not paying any attention. Not trying to let up at all. And so there's a penalty of what it would have been a incomplete pass. Which brings us up to the 37-yard line. We're going to get one play off before the 2-minute warning. Going to set up kind of a screen pass. It breaks down, and Kirk Cousins rolls out to the right, slides down. Nice 5-yard run from Kirk. Nice decision-making, not to force anything. Get what he can. And 2nd down and 5, almost at Baltimore midfield with its 2-minute warning. So this is exactly what the Redskins wanted, was to have the ball at the end of the first half to do a 2-minute drill. Kirk is going to have this is good experience. A 2-minute drill with live competition is much different than a 2-minute drill in practice. So Kirk is looking pretty good. Besides the one interception to Terrell Suggs, which only cost the Redskins a field goal, or Baltimore was able to make a field goal off the interception. Kirk is looking pretty good in this game. If you were listening earlier, you know that we have been doing pretty good on 3rd down. At the beginning of the second quarter, it looks like the Redskins were looking kind of soft there. But the defense has held them to field goals. Baltimore has missed one field goal. Kirk, like I said, things weren't. They had a couple bad possessions there. They had the 3-and-out a minute ago before the touchdown possession. They had the 3-and-out. But overall, Kirk is looking pretty good in this game. And if he was to be the starter for the season, I think I can live with that because Kirk doesn't have the ego that Robert Griffin has. When Robert Griffin makes a mistake, Robert Griffin's going to look for other people to blame, even though he'll lie and say that I just don't. I feel like Redskin fans have given Robert Griffin every single chance to be successful and to lead this team. And it's not that he doesn't want to, but I just don't think that he has the capabilities to. When he won the Heisman, that was a down year for the Heisman. He might have played awesome. And he was a great player, great college player. But when he won the Heisman, that was a down year for the Heisman. I couldn't even tell you, like, a player from Baylor that wins the Heisman should just tell you that it was an off year for the Heisman. Players from Baylor aren't supposed to win the Heisman. So it was a very random thing, not a freak thing, but I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for is. But I would just say it was a down year for the Heisman, and Robert benefited from the fact that he was the best of a mediocre Heisman class and won the Heisman. He's able to capitalize that. He's made a lot of money, got a lot of fame. He's a good-looking dude or he's not. I don't want to say good-looking, but a different-looking guy with his dreads, skinny, and an African-American quarterback still is somewhat of a novelty in the NFL. So he's been able to capitalize off his popularity. But Kirk is not like he's not giving me the impression that he's like Robert Griffin III. And here we go. Here's who we're talking about right now. I got a feeling the announcers are probably talking about the same way we are now. As they evaluate what they've seen from Kirk Cousins so far in this first half, and whether or not he will challenge Robert Griffin III for the starting position. It's pretty obvious that this is what is being talked about right now. As you can see, Robert Griffin's stats there on the screen from last season, more interceptions than touchdowns. Second down and 8. Again, a very quick throw. He is being right on the money because he's throwing. It looks like each one of these throws is so close to. I mean, he's throwing it right in the teeth of the defense. Another great throw by Kirk Cousins there for the first down. The Redskins are driving, and they lit up 13 points to the first. And here's where we go. Got to get a touchdown. Yep. So, wow, the Redskins are actually going to go into halftime being up 14-13. I don't know if that was a touchdown. He got down to the 1 yard line. It was very, very close. They're going to say the 1 yard line. That was very close to a touchdown. I don't even know how he did not score a touchdown. We'll see if they score a touchdown here as the clock winds down. Still one timeout left for Redskins if they need it. And it looks like they got it. Right there, yes, no, yes, they did. So the Redskins, who were down 13-0 to start this game, has fought their way back to this first half, and now will take the lead as long as they make this longer extra point. Extra points are no longer just guaranteed points anymore. So we'll have to see if they will kick the extra point. I wish they will, because Kirk Cousins is taking his helmet off. They're not even thinking about going for more teams will consider going for 2 points, because if they have any kind of questions with their kicker, if there's bad weather, there's wind, if there's a real windy day, you'll see a lot of teams go for 2 points as opposed to kicking this long extra point. But pro kickers really should have no trouble making these extra points, and there it is, 14-13. Now, I don't think the Baltimore was already starting to pull some of their starters, so that last drive may not have been against every starter. As we see Terrell Suggs sitting there, I don't know if he was on the field or not for that last drive, but there's Coach Harbaugh, looking kind of disgruntled with his defense, as he had a 13-0 lead just. Game time goes, the Redskins have scored both these touchdowns in the last 3 minutes of the ball game. So defense for Baltimore has kind of let down here, and Kirk Cousins has made some excellent throws. Very good run after the catch by the receiver on the play previous to the touchdown run. And so much different second. Really, the last 5 minutes for the Redskins have been some of the best football we've seen from the Redskins in a while. This game started out pretty sorry for the Redskins. Again, they have not really established any kind of run game or tonight. I guess they really wanted to challenge Kirk Cousins and see what they could get out of him. He has not made any too kind of complicated throws tonight. Well, I might have ate my words about the Redskins leading at halftime, because Baltimore just returned that one down to the 2 yard line. Wow. What a return. That's sorry. That is lazy playing by the Redskins, who just scored a field goal or a touchdown. He returned that one from about 7 yards in, maybe 8, and just ran up the middle of the left side, broke it down. Great blocking. That's a great job by the Redskins to keep with it. And with only 18 seconds left in the first half, They may be able to keep them to a field goal here, but I thought for sure the Redskins were going to go into halftime leading by 1 point. But special teams is an important part of this game as well, and Baltimore gets a great kickoff return. Quick pass, incomplete. It really was a great kickoff return. But very sorry by the Redskins. Except for this effort here to save the touchdown. We'll see what happens here. They only got 1 timeout left. It was a quick pass, incomplete. 14 seconds left, 1 timeout left, 2nd down and goal. 2, so they'll have plenty of time here to get both 2nd down and 3rd down and do a field goal if they need to with 1 timeout left. I think they have plenty of time left. Let's see what happens here. Another quick pass, jump ball throw, another incomplete pass. 3rd down, 2 jump balls to the left side, incomplete with 10 seconds left. 3rd down and goal. 1 timeout left with Baltimore, so they can run pretty much any play they want to here. They can run a screen, draw, pass, run up the middle. With 10 seconds left, they have all the time they need to run whatever play they need to on 3rd down and still be able to call timeout to get the field goal if needed. So here we go, 3rd down. It's going to be a draw right up the middle. And the Redskins stopped him before he got in the goal line. A great stop by the Redskins to make it 4th down. Baltimore will kick a shorter than extra point field goal. Unless with it just being preseason, they might want to challenge their offense. 4th down and 1, they may say, let's just challenge our offense and see if we can get this touchdown. Matt Schaub still has his helmet on. I'm not sure if he's the holder or not for the kicker. But with it being preseason, these coaches may just want to see what kind of effort they can get. And they like to run every kind of play they can get to see what exactly the scenario is, what kind of coachable, teachable moment they can get. And this would be an excellent coaching moment or a teachable moment for a team having on the 4th down and goal with 7 seconds left. And you can just imagine this if this was for the ball game. It's only in the 2nd quarter now, but if this was in the 4th quarter, they're going to play this like this was for the ball game. They're going to play this play just like it was for the ball game. And looks like Baltimore got in. Looks like Baltimore got in. Quick run up the middle. They haven't changed the score yet. Referees conferring. Scoreboard has not been changed yet. Looked like Baltimore got in. Might have been a penalty on the play. Let's see what happened here. What happened here? That was weird. What the heck just happened? Oh, he fumbled it as he was going into the end zone.
Number 92 putting that big old paw right down there on the ball and causing Buck Allen to fumble it.
Yeah, he fumbled before he got to the goal line.
Yeah, he did. But so the point is that as a young running back, John Harbaugh.
Wow. So that looks like how we will end the first half. We still got 3 seconds left. Redskins will run a 1 quick play. But he fumbles it as he goes into the end zone. Redskins recover. It'll be a touchback. Oh, look. Well, or maybe not. Maybe they're starting from like the 1 yard line. He fumbled it before he went into the end zone. So they can't kneel down on this. They have to I'm not sure what this is. Okay. 3 seconds left. Kirk just runs to the back of the end zone and throws it up in the air to end the first half. So, wow. Redskins will go into the halftime leading by 1 despite the long return by Baltimore. I'm going to about to end this up, guys. Hey, I appreciate you listening. Appreciate you watching. Just to highlight over things that I saw. As a Redskin fan, I've been impressed with Kirk Cousins tonight. I was impressed with his quick decision making. They did. I think they've at least converted at least 50% of their first third downs. Third downs is such a huge uh, percentage as far as winning a ball game and having success in a ball game. They did pretty good there. The defense, despite the first possession by Baltimore to score the long touchdown, defense is pretty good. They've held into a couple field goals. They were able to prevent the touchdown before the end of the first half, causing the fumble as he was going into the end zone. They did not get any kind of sacks. It did not look like they got any kind of too much pressure on Joe Flacco. So I'd like to see more pressure from the defense. But they were able to cause a turnover. They did hold them to a couple field goals when they were challenged by being put in bad field position and holding Baltimore to just a field goal. And they were also able to, Baltimore also missed a field goal. So overall, the defense gets a B plus, offense gets a B. We didn't have much running game. Alfred Morris probably had 6 or 7 carries for maybe 6 to 10 yards at most. So not a very good running show tonight. Hopefully when the regular season gets going, they can get that going a bit more. I know they wanted to challenge Kirk Cousins tonight, and he may have proved himself a worthy starter, and this may be the beginning of Kirk Cousins' era, really the official beginning of Kirk Cousins' era. It's been Robert Griffin's team so far. Even through last season, we knew that Robert was most likely going to be back and have the ability to start, but his injuries and his attitude and the negative publicity may be enough to put Kirk Cousins as the starter for the season, and him and Colt McCoy can go at it, but still remain positive for Robert. If he can play and he can make plays, then he's welcome to be the starter if he can make plays. But from what I saw from Kirk Cousins tonight, pretty good. I am pretty impressed. All right, guys, look for me another season. May do this next week as Redskins play Tampa Bay. All right, peace out.